guys, it's Kwana back again with another movie review and a recommendation for a film that is currently streaming on the Hulu platform. It hit Hulu last year in 2024. And it's called Amber Alert. It stars Tyler James Williams and Hayden Panettiere. And it was directed by Kerry, Bellessa. Now, this is a movie that is actually kind of a remake or a reworking of a film that the director came out with and co-wrote back in 2012. It was a found footage film. This one is definitely an upgrade with a better budget and better stars, but probably just as infuriating as the first one if you saw it. And it's inspiring a new series on my channel called Movies Where You Will Scream at the Characters. And I spent the majority of the movie screaming at the characters, so this was perfect for a streaming platform because I wouldn't want to be screaming at the characters if I was sitting in the movie theater, but I was screaming at them on my TV screen. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually low-key enjoyed this movie, and I don't know if it's because I just have a tendency to kind of actually enjoy movies that have messy plots like this, but it was definitely suspenseful. Now, in the film, Hayden Panettiere plays Jaq, a young businesswoman who steals a ride from an Uber that's trying to clock out. I actually think he's a Lyft driver, played by Tyler James Williams. He is trying to get to his son's birthday party, and he's on a bit of a time crunch. As they're riding around, they both get notifications for an Amber Alert when they see a vehicle matching the description. Now, it's a bit of a parallel story because we actually get to witness the abduction of the young girl who the Amber Alert is for. And we actually get to see her mother try to enlist the help of the authorities and their reluctance to even put out the Amber Alert at first. When Jaq spots the car, she enlists the help of Tyler James Williams' character, Shane, to continue to tail the car so that she can see if there is a girl inside of the vehicle. This is a man who is late for his own family's affair, and it definitely broaches the question of how far would you go to help someone in danger. But they are continuously putting their life on the line as they don't know whether or not this man has a weapon, whether he is going to kill this girl or whether he is going to kill them. And eventually they notify the authorities that they have found this vehicle, but the assailant is managing to outsmart them at every turn, and it becomes a cat and mouse game of whether or not they will ensnare him and rescue the girl, or whether they themselves will get caught and fall into his deadly trap. Hayden Panettiere, who I love and most of us love, as she has been in the movie industry for decades now. Many people knew her as a young actress on the soap opera Guiding Light, if I'm not mistaken. I remember that kind of vaguely because I used to watch Guiding Light and Young and the Restless back in my high school days. And then she was in the movie Remember the Titans. You will remember that. And then she went on to play America's favorite cheerleader in need of saving in the NBC series Heroes. And Tyler James Williams, also a child star who is now claiming the hearts of men and women alike on Abbott Elementary, but of course first was introduced to us from Everybody Hates Chris. She is playing a very stereotypical blonde white lady in this movie as she pays no heed to her own health, safety, and well-being and continues to put herself and Shane in danger. And I spent most of my time watching this movie yelling at Shane, who is a black man who should know better and knows that his own life is at risk at every turn, because if she makes the wrong decision, not only could this guy who they are tailing get him, but the authorities could end up mistaking him for doing wrong as well. It is interesting though, it's kind of one of those character studies that gets you to see two characters in a tense situation and they begin to bond as we unpack their personal traumas. I would have liked to see this movie dive a little bit deeper and more into the nuances of their characters. It's a very surface level look. And this is definitely the type of movie that feels like it would premiere on Lifetime. So I wasn't mad that it was direct to streaming. It was a good fit for them. But I do think that Tyler James Williams, who was one of my favorite guest characters on The Walking Dead and one of my favorite actors in Sitcom Today with Abbott Elementary, has a lot to offer. Both of them do, but they both also seem to be child stars who are constantly trying to break away from their childhood stardom. Hayden herself has had some difficulty in her adult years with some of the things that have happened with her, and I absolutely adored her on the show Nashville. But I'm a little shocked at Tyler James Williams taking on this role, being that he has such a big turn right now and a lot of eyes on him with Abbott Elementary. I think this was an interesting premise, and I would have liked to have seen the script deliver a little bit more for them to do. Listen, I'm not going to promise you that this movie is anything more than two people doing a bunch of stupid stuff, and it's going to give you the kind of ending that you would expect from a movie like this that has a PG-13 rating. But did I enjoy the process of watching this movie? I, oddly enough, did. Can I give this movie a high score? No. In fact, I think if I was giving it a letterbox rating, I'm going to be generous because I love Tyler James Williams so much, and Hayden Panettiere. And I'm going to give it a 2.5 stars, which roughly correlates to like a C on this channel. C, a nice comfortable C. Nice comfortable C. I can't give it anything more than that. Like a nice 75 on this channel, because I do grade on a curve, and that is the curve. But let me know in the comments if you watched this movie and if you yelled at your TV screen as much as I did. And if you haven't watched it and you like these kind of movies, and you like movies that kind of fall in that Lifetime movie network kind of field, then you will enjoy this movie greatly. Let me know once you watch it. Come back and talk to me about it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles.